What's up, y'all? I'm Robert Glasper.
And I'm Jeff Staple. And we've
Been there, done that. My dude.
So we've been working on this project for a while, and today I'm happy to bring some samples to you so we can tweak out, check out the final approvals, make sure everything looks good before we go into production. But this has been part of the whole design process, man. Big moment.
Absolutely.
Been there, done that.
Absolutely. Been there, done that.
What does working on this project mean, like in terms of doing something on vinyl and wax only?
Vinyl's always cool. It's always been cool. It never went out of style.
And it never will, I think.
It never will go out of style.
Yeah.
When you really know music and you grew up in that era, that hearing that pop
And the smell.
and the smell of the vinyl.
The smell.
Like my introduction to music was unfolding the Off the Wall album.
Okay.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Where
he was standing against the brick wall.
Standing against the brick wall, and I used to unfold that and listen to the whole album repeatedly over and over again.
While you look at the, while
I read the liner notes.
Yeah. So now the equivalent of that moment where you look at liner art and you open the gatefold and all that stuff.
Boom.
The equivalent of that now is a 1" by 1" thumbnail on your phone or on Spotify. Like that's the album art now.
Right. Liner notes are such a thing. They were such a thing.
Yep.
The thank yous were a thing.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's not even, people don't even care a lot about whole albums anymore. We're in the song-based world now. Like it's all about playlists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
One song, not a cohesive album.
Now it's what 15-second timestamp on your song will bang on IG Reels and TikTok, and that's all they care about. But you've never
I never
played in that world.
I never pay attention to any of that stuff. 'Cause I feel like if I do that, it'll connect. I always say I never connect to fads.
Yeah.
I never connect to what's hot.
Right.
Because what's hot gets cold.
So then what do you connect to? If it's
my soul.
Okay.
I connect to me. I connect to what I like and what I think. That's all I do. Like, and all these Grammys I have and stuff, I've never been like, I'm making an album, never been like, what's the hot sound out right now for R&B? I don't care.
When you first heard about the opportunity to work with me on this, what was
like,
the first thing in your head?
No. Can you get anybody else? Jesus. Ah.
This guy?
He doesn't know anything about art or doing anything dope that people want to be a part of. He's never had anything culturally dope. You know what I mean? No, I was like, super excited, bro.
But when we had our first meeting,
Yeah.
you were pretty blank slate.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have any preconceived notions going into it.
No, I didn't know what you know what? Because that's how I roll.
Even in music?
Even in music, bro. When I walk into a studio, 9 times out of 10 to do any of my records, I have nothing. Like literally, I be making up stuff when I go in the studio. Somehow the studio is just what gives me that creative energy I need. You know what I mean? And I think it's because, I live my life to where everything that influences me is kind of downloaded. And then once I walk into a studio, that's when I cook up. It's like everything all the stoves turn on,
right?
And then I cook up. I believe in the true being in the moment and letting whatever happens. You know what I mean? Sometimes I have a skeleton of something maybe, you know what I mean? But it's really skeleton and it's always up for change, you know?
That's so dope.
So that's why when I knew I was gonna work with you and all the great things you've done, I was like, oh, well, I'm not gonna say it. I'm like, well, I'll let Jeff lead the way. Tell me what the fuck to do here.
Yeah.
And it was like,
that's dope. And we came up with this whole concept in basically one lunch.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yep, literally.
And we wanted to do a wax-only project. And so this concept of Been There, Done That was music that you had either done and other people were on, or other people created and you were there.
Exactly.
So been there, done that.
So these are like rare recordings, like just things you might not have known I was on.
Yeah.
Basically, for the most part.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's great to see the variety of artists that you have. So in addition to the wax, we also have, not only did I design this cover, it's all right, it's okay. I did okay job.
Super dope.
Trying to incorporate both of our lives and cultures and history into this. Like, these are your tats, your words on the piano, pigeon, graffiti, light, like collage, all of this. And I also, one thing that I was working on when I was doing this was like thinking about your discography and your catalog and the visual of what you did with Black Radio and how there is all this like tearing, ripping, and like collaging.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. It also gives me a little New York graffiti vibe too.
Yeah.
It gives me some of that too.
Yep. And then the wheat paste kind of look. Yeah. But it's still like our pigeon logo, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So we did the album and then we did all of this merch, hoodie, tee, slip mat, of course, because it's a record.
Did you have the
Hat.
Speedos yet? You brought the Speedos?
I mean, we're trying to find enough fabric for, you know, your joint.
Because I want it to be feather.
No,
feather.
you
I
think
want it
it's
to be
just-
pigeon feather. Speedos. Let's
Okay.
be clear. Yeah. Coming soon.
But yeah, let's talk about the track list, because I think this was fun too, working with you. Because I remember we had our first edit was like damn near 40 songs.
Yeah.
And then of course we have to narrow it down and keep narrowing it down, because
Yeah.
it does, you know, have to fit on this wax.
Absolutely.
But let's start with some of these.
Yeah.
These walls.
Yeah, these walls. Could
Kendrick
talk.
Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar. Yep. One hip
You have
hop.
you long collaborated with him multiple times, right?
No, actually, I've only collaborated with Kendrick Lamar on this on his Pimp a Butterfly album. I did like 9 songs on there.
Yeah, that.
But that was in one. It was one day. It wasn't even. So it
You don't
wasn't
gotta
a long
tell the
time.
people it's one day. You should be like, that was 10
It
years
was
worth
been-
of
you know,
grind.
we've been doing it for a long time. Me and K. I call him K. Before they started K Dot, I was calling him K. You know.
It's one day. Wow, you banged that on one. That's
Yeah,
dope. It's
literally.
9 tracks.
I did the whole album. I did 8 songs out of the 9. I did them in one sitting. And then I did If These Walls Could Talk at my shout out to Terrace Martin in Terrace Martin's garage. At that point, he had a garage studio. So he was like, "Yo, Rob, can you come over to the crib and play on something?" I was like, "All right, bet."
Yeah.
And I went over there, and it was If These Walls Could Talk.
Okay.
So I played keys on that, and then that song went on to win Hip Hop Song of the Year at the Grammys.
Wait, let's go to the next one. Q-Tip. You.
Yep, Tip. That's on the Renaissance album. And
Tip might be, if I'm not mistaken, the longest collaborative you've known, correct? Because you've known him since.
I've known Tip since college.
College,
Yeah. So Bilal first, because I met Bilal the first day of college.
Yeah.
Bilal first, and then, probably Tip after that. After Tip met me, he came to see Bilal a few times, heard me play a few times. So then Tip started having me come out to his crib and replay samples. So he would give me a few $100, and I just go out there and he'll just pull records off so I'll be like,
Play it, yeah,
Can you replay that part? And then like play it so
you know, so I'll just replay samples. So we kind of, got close because of that. So then he had this record, The Renaissance, and I went over there and I played and wrote on a few songs on that. But this is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite joint, You.
Yes. What else was a highlight for you?
I would say, oh my gosh, there's so many things.
So many bangers.
Stay High, Brittany.
Brittany Howard, yeah.
Brittany Howard. Stay High got Rock Song of the Year. I played the solo in the middle of it.
Wow.
So I played keys on that. All these are super dope, man. Like Pigment. That's a song from her on her very first album. That when people didn't know who this was.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It was just a silhouette.
Yep.
You know what I
She was
mean?
mad mysterious with her face.
I didn't
yeah.
even know who she was.
Really?
So she was a fan of mine already, and
Okay.
she sampled something from one of my jazz trio records on there. You know what I mean? So it just came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like, oh snap, that's dope. You know?
And then I think most importantly, we have an alternate take of Ah Yeah that has never been out before.
Yes.
So you dug into your archives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So tell me
there's an
about, do you
alternate
remember
take.
the alternate take? Do you remember which one, why one made it and why one didn't?
So what happened was on this song, originally it was just a song that Music Soul Child was doing by himself.
Okay.
That he was a special guest on my album, and he was doing that song by himself. And so he actually wrote 2 verses. He wrote a second verse and everything.
Okay.
The second day of the studio, I was somewhere, and Chrisette Michelle happened to be there. We were in Atlanta. Chrisette Michelle had to be there. And turns out she had to spend the night in Atlanta that night because her flight got canceled. And I was like, yo, you should come to the studio. Me and Music in the studio.
Okay.
Come hang out. She was like, bet. And she came by, and then she heard the song, and I was like, you want to get on? She was like, sure. And I gave her a pen and a pad, like, write your verse. So that's how she got on the song. So
Because
that's
of a
the song.
canceled flight.
Right, because of a canceled flight, literally. So that's the song. So
That made it.
That made it on the album. It's a duet. So no one's heard
Wow.
the version of it with just music, where he's singing a whole separate verse that no one's heard.
And that's
Second
this.
verse. And that's this.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love those stories because it's almost like it's like a Marvel movie with like multi-universes.
Yes.
Like this is the universe where she made her flight.
Yeah. Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
that's dope.
Absolutely.
I love that.
I love this. Is my first day seeing this, bro. This is so dope, man.
It's such a banger of a compilation. By the way, shout out to all the artists who blessed this.
Absolutely.
To me, legacy is very important.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we've been around for, damn near 3 decades now and still doing it, still trying to innovate.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's got to be something for you. Do you think about that, or do you just create and don't give a F?
I create, but I know that if I create something that is honest and really something I truly believe in,
Yeah.
and I'm not following the cookie cutter stuff that's happening, that's what I say, I don't connect myself to what's cracking,
Yeah.
to what's hot.
Yep.
I just do literally what I feel is honest and what I want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then I find like minds to also do that stuff
Yeah.
with. I feel like that is going to be legacy because
Right.
it's something I'm doing that's not done.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
dope.
I feel like it's something that is.
But you
very-
don't wake up and be like, how do I create legacy?
No, I just do my shit.
Just do your shit.
I think if you just do your thing and you're dope at it,
And if you
Like-
surround yourself with people who are also dope at it
Boom.
and have a legacy,
boom.
the final product will be
Absolutely.
dope. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Art's first.
Yeah.
Then what I can do with it is after. You
Right.
know what I mean? But it's like art is first.
So you helped out a lot with choosing the track list that we discussed.
Yes.
And then the concept of Been There, Done That. My job was to make it fresh.
Yes.
And make it like art,
And
right?
you did, my brother, you did.
How does it feel now to see your music translated to wearables?
It's amazing. It's great, man. Because music and art are one to me. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Especially like we were talking about earlier, coming up in the vinyl age. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
with the vinyl. So this is so dope to be able to have these songs, but also have the hoodies and the shirts and the bag and all these things. It's like I can hear it when I see it.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like this collage is everything.
Yeah, and I'm just happy that people
It's
will be able
everything.
to like do what we did. Open up the shrink wrap and
Yep.
open it, smell
Yeah.
it, and
Oh,
everything.
man.
You know,
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. No, it's great.
Dope.
It's great.
Well, this was so much fun to work on. I
Absolutely.
can't wait to get this out to the people now. I
Absolutely.
think the first drop is going to be Napa.
Yes, Napa. Black Radio Experience at Napa.
You excited about this
I'm
one?
super excited about this one. It's so great.
So we're bringing this to Napa, then we're
Yep.
bringing it to Rocktoberfest,
October, yes indeed.
and then it'll be available in my store.
Boom. Come on now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much again. This
I'm
is
actually
amazing.
gonna go bootleg some of these at Chick-fil-A up the street.
All right.
It's quick money.
Peace.
Peace.